Alright, so I gotta address Azucena's while running 3-2 because people are acting like this move has ruined Tekken 8. They're acting like it has crippled the very foundation of Tekken 8. So I'm about to give another unpopular opinion regarding Azucena's while running 3-2. And here it is. At some point, you just gotta contest it. You gotta contest this move. And let me show you why, because there's one particular clip that's blowing up on Twitter and people are like freaking out over it. So let me go ahead and find it and I'll come back and let me actually just show you the clip. Bear with the quality because Twitter does compress every video that's uploaded, so just kind of keep that in mind. But regardless of that, what you're going to be seeing here is that this was a match that was happening, and I believe Ni is Azucena on the right. What's going to happen is that he is going to do a series of 7 while running 3-2s, and the opponent, I believe that's Rangchu. I believe that's Rangchu, right? What you will see is that he just holds the block, right? So let me just play the clip, all right? So here it is, all right? This clip starts off, as you can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he gets caught with a down forward 2. Okay, so in that situation, all right, here's what I can tell you. If you are, and this goes for everybody, if you are holding consistent while running 3-2s, after the third one, if you haven't tried to challenge, that is 100% on you. And here's why. The common punish strategy that you've probably heard being thrown around regarding this move is that you have to sidestep left and duck. Believe it or not, there are in fact other ways on how to counter Azucena's while running 3-2, even if the opponent does it consecutively. So I've gone ahead and set a number of punishment in training mode. I'm gonna do while running 3-2, and the opponent is gonna punish accordingly to what I've set. And there are several options, so let me go ahead and take you through them. So as you can see, the Azucena opponent did Power Crush. In that clip, Rangchu, I believe, he had a heat bar still, so he could have activated heat at any moment. So if you have a bar of heat, you can in fact use it to stuff her out of it, right? As you can see right there, even that, you see that? In addition to that, she can also Power Crush, right? Just like that. However, because it is a 2-player game, there are ways for your opponent to get around that. So if I anticipate that my opponent is going to try to Power Crush my while running 3-2, all I can do is simply jab. As you can see, I was able to jab him out of the Power Crush attempt. I got Azucena's 1-1 into Liberator stance, and effectively I'm at an advantage in this situation. Now let's go ahead and do that scenario again. So I do while running 3-2. I anticipate they're going to go for a Power Crush, so I do jab to stuff the opponent out of it, right? However, if they have gained the knowledge, what they can do is they can simply go ahead and do a downwards jab, right? So let's see here, right? I'm going for a 1-1, and I get stuffed with a downwards jab. So essentially what I'm saying is that there are options to cover Azucena's while running 3-2 beyond just trying to sidestep left and duck. Essentially what you're looking at here is a game of rock, paper, scissors. That's really all it comes down to. It's a game of rock, paper, scissors, and it's your job to guess right. If you are continuously blocking consecutive while running 3-2s and you don't take action to challenge it, that's 100% on you. That is completely on you, and no matter what happens after that, you have let that happen. In this particular clip, and this is kind of true for a lot of Korean players, is that sometimes they play a little bit too much by the book. Korean players are very by the book, follow the rules, calculated, right? It can work against them sometimes. That's really what it comes down to. I have a very good feeling both the Japanese and Pakistani players would not have held 7 while running 3-2s in a row. At some point, they would have 100% challenged with a jab. And one thing or anything of that nature, like I said, sometimes people play a little bit too much by the book, and that's why sometimes a common complaint when somebody loses the game and they're salty, one of the common complaints that you'll see is, why would you push there? Why would you push there? I had plus frames. I was +5 on block. Why would you ever push a button there? It's because you play outside of the box. You think outside the box, you break the rules, right? Not everything is meant to be by the book 100% all the time. Also, I can already hear the comments and the thoughts coming. Oh, but Fla, you're just a regular player. And these are top professionals expressing their opinions. So obviously their opinions count more than yours. And that's exactly the problem. Because many people have this thing where they take the words of a top professional as the gospel, as if they were, the fighting game messiah, right? I would encourage everybody to go into the game and experiment these techniques for yourself. Don't just listen to the pro players. Don't just listen to me. Go into the game and explore all these options for yourself and see what works and what doesn't, and calculate and form your own thoughts based on your experience, right? So the problem here is that a lot of players, pros and others alike, are very used to playing the old way of Tekken, and it is simply brain dead backdashing and sidestep. Because let's call it what it is. For the longest time, up until Tekken 8, the way to play Tekken was just a lot of backdashing and sidestepping. You, especially with Tekken 7, you saw that a lot, especially in the infinite stages. Now, the thing is that here comes Tekken 8 introducing a lot of new tactics, a new system with heat, and promoting aggressive gameplay. Many people are having a hard time adapting to that, and it really does come down to the saying, adapt or die. And a lot of these veteran players are failing to do so, and they can't comprehend that someone can gather all these new mechanics, formulate a very good game plan for themselves. Because they can't comprehend that, they're just left in the dust. They can't comprehend that a player can be defensive and unpredictable at the same time as a legitimate strategy. It's just too much for them. So essentially, what it comes down to is that you have to adapt. Azucena's wall running 3-2 is a great move, but it's not as game breaking as you think. And I think all of the problems that we're facing at the moment that people are most vocal about is simply because they haven't taken the time to adapt or refuse to adapt, and they're just calling for a simple fix. That's really what it comes down to. The game is new, there's still a lot of time to practice and lab things, adjustments will be made, but at the moment, like I said, that clip, a very talented player, very talented players all around, but if you're holding that many while running 3-2s, that's 100% on you, man. And that's just the unfortunate truth. Adapt or die, that's what it comes down to. I know I'm not alone in thinking of this, but maybe the vocal minority are probably the ones that you're hearing a lot in regards to this particular move being allegedly game breaking. So that's what I got to say about the topic. Let me know what y'all thought. I'm curious to see how this is going to be received. Anyway, let me know what y'all thought on that. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video.